Hi everyone, it's Kaz here. We're going to be hopping right back at the Convergence where we left off, but first, if you guys haven't noticed, there's the guy speaking in the background like normal, but there are no words coming out. Well, while recording, my audio decided to glitch out, so we have no commentary. But that's okay, because that's what I'm here for, the voiceover. We're going to do a quick summary of this, and it's going to be quite enjoyable. You guys will love it. If you guys like it, leave a like, consider subscribing, and well, let's hop right into it. I won't waste any more time. Now, here we are in our hideout after defeating what was the guy's name? The Poindexter? Zarkon
Poindexter.
Yeah, Zarkon Poindexter. That was his name. A great fight. You guys should go back and check that out if you haven't in the last video. But with Zarkon defeated and the rest of the syntixi in the old factory recovered, we're now going to head over to a place called the sump, which, if you notice, rhymes with the dump. Yeah, that's because they're basically the same thing. That's pretty much where everything in Zon washes up, and that's where we're thinking that some of the syntixi might have fallen as well. So after we check up on our friends, we're going to head there.
Cool. Stay safe out there, Red.
I'm meeting some new friends. Actually, you might know them. The Inks?
Who?
Just this cool group of people I met. They have all these jam sessions around Zon and put on these awesome shows. They're really chill. And like, obsessed with Jinx. But just her style, not the blowing stuff up part.
Okay, well, be safe.
You're not mad, are you?
What? No way. We'll always be friends, no matter who else you hang out with.
Alright, cool. Catch you later, Echo.
Sounds like those graspers who stole from Core and Revik. Hopefully they won't cause as much trouble in Zon as Jinx does.
Oh, hey Echo. Look, I'm helping out this little guy. He's had a tough time out in the Zon today. Look at how dusty he is. I'm calling him Trevor.
He sure is cute. Lucky to have you.
I've been getting all the tools and supplies from the hideout into one spot. This is a great place to fix up new gear.
Hey, that's an important job. I'll give you some cogs if you keep the workshop organized for me.
Oh boy! Does that make me your inventing assistant?
Sure thing, Lim.
I guess I'll see you later, Echo.
Hey, Rungs. Say, where would you go in Zon to look for something that's gone missing?
Easy. I'd start in the sump. Everything in Zon ends up there sooner or later.
Huh. That's true. Alright, catch you later. Hey, X! I saw one of those golden scrambots today.
Sweet. I figured out what they are. This inventor from Old Zon made these golems as portable vaults to hide things in. When he died, they all ran free and took his treasure with them.
I guess I'm going on a treasure hunt. By the way, there was something inside the one I found. Maybe it connects to a story about Old Zon?
Let me know if you find any more, and I'll make it worth your trouble. I love a look into the past.
It will do.
So, how is everyone?
Oh, they're good. Oh yeah, you were friends with them all too.
Sure. It's been a while, though. I did some calculations on the direction the syntixi fell. Most of it went in factory wood, but a bunch of it would have fallen down further.
The sump.
The municipal lost and found.
It's true. I lost my blowtorch once.
I remember. I found it in the sump. It was covered in sludge, but it was there.
Right. All the currents from the pipe network converge here. And I'll bet some syntixis washed up there too.
Exactly. And there's only one way to know for sure.
I landed on my time winder.
You'll be fine.
While we're on this magical adventure, just remember, if I get horribly mangled and broken along the way, you get get to enjoy the pain in your old age.
Noted. The sump. Grim as ever.
Yeah, it's dark too. How are we gonna find Syntyxi down here if we can't see anything?
Whatever you do, don't stay in the dark too long. You don't want to know what's lurking down here.
There's gotta be a light switch somewhere for when the scrappers go to work, right?
Right. We'll cover more ground if we split up. I'll come find you later.
Here we are in the sumps now. This was honestly a very fun place to traverse through as it utilized dark in a fun way. I actually really enjoyed it. But yeah, it utilized darkness. If you were inside of it for too long, it would basically kill you. So you would have a few choices of either running through it really quickly to get to the next light, going through a swinging light and walking out at the right time, or of course the traditional way of finding a light switch. But there was also some moths that you could find every now and then that would kind of light the way for you. It was actually a lot of fun to traverse through, and it was honestly kind of tricky in some parts with the way the moths would go versus the way you would have to go. Sometimes it would be a race against time, which is a lot of fun. And we even ended up finding this little golden robot like we did in the last video, I think it was the last video, that we have to chase down to find a cool collectible. But that was after a boss fight with one of the Poindextras, which I'll show you now.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. Do you know how long I've been waiting? This place is abominable.
What?
I found a bit of syntixi down here while supervising things, but I'm not carrying it. Isn't that what Zarkon hired you for?
Oh, yeah. Sure, yeah. I'll take that Syntyxi, no prob.
Wait a second. You're the brat that does that time thingy. You're the one who's been fumbling up our plans. I've heard all about you and your little tricks.
Good things, I hope.
Let's see how inventive you really are.
This boss fight with Drake was honestly a lot of fun. It wasn't anything too bad. He threw an incendiary grenade on the ground, which I ran into the first time I actually saw it. But then after that, he pretty much shoots aside and dash across, which wasn't too hard to dodge. And once he got to a little bit lower HP, I think he just started doing that a little bit faster. He might have added maybe one extra mechanic, but it wasn't anything that we couldn't handle in one go. And if you know anything about me, you know that something is easy if I am not having to restart it at least 10 times. So yeah, it was honestly just a very relaxing boss fight to welcome us to the sump.
Hello there. What do you do? Nice. Treco isn't the only one who can zap around now.
Now with the defeat of Drake, we've unlocked the phase dive. The phase dive is basically like Echo's E from League of Legends, if anyone knows that, where you do the little dash, and if there's any enemy in range, you'll immediately teleport to him for a hit. It's the same way in this game, except for it targets onto any enemy that has like a blue circle on it, as you will see, and you instantly teleport to it and do a hit. This ability is amazing. Now don't get me wrong, the game feels amazing, the platforming feels amazing, everything feels so good, but when you get the phase dive, it's like getting one of those things that you did not know that you needed until you got it. It felt so good to use. It feels so good to use. There's so many sections in the sump itself that was definitely built with this in mind that are so fluent, so smooth to go through whenever you have the phase dive. I'll show you guys some one of the challenges that I had to do with the phase dive, and when I got it perfect, it felt so good. But with the defeat of Drake and us obtaining the little bit of syntixi that he had, we're gonna go and explore the rest of the sump, as we believe that there is more lying around somewhere, which, as you guys will see, is true, but there's also something else, you know, down here that you guys will see as well.
What's that?
You made it to the... Shit. Is that... Oh, no. my hunting ground.
Hey, who's a good boy?
Get out of there, Echo!
10 steps ahead of you.
And here we are, our first bout, or at least I think our first bout, with another champion from League of Legends, Warwick here. Warwick has been in the sumps the entire time, and as we've been going through looking for Syntixi and fighting Drake and everything that's followed, Warwick has kind of made his presence known in the background by running through the background area, or howling, something like that, even attacking some of the Poindextras, of course out of sight what we can't see, but then he finally reveals himself on this bridge where he's wanting to attack us. We're his next target, so now we're having to run away from him in this little side scroll section. It was actually a good time because you pretty much have to use all the mechanics that you've learned up to this point, using the magnetic boots, test your parkour skills a little bit, and even incorporating the phase dive that we just got into this, which then all correlates in a boss fight, which you guys will see was a very fun boss fight, though I did very terribly in that boss fight. I will say I am the farthest from the cleanest Echo player. This boss fight really showed it, because I was rewinding my butt off, I will tell you that much, but I had a good time anyway.
This is why I never go into the Captain Ratchet's arm was just a kid's story. Whoa! Easy!
You're done.
As I was saying, this boss fight was actually a lot of fun. It was one of the harder boss fights and the hardest boss fight that I've done thus far, as you know how games normally go, they start adding more and more to boss fights as you go on further in the game. But I feel like in this first section here, a lot of it was me rewinding into mechanics. So that's another thing where, you know, rewinding can actually hurt you. Because there were times where I would dodge the mechanic. There's a few times I would actually dodge the mechanic, then I'd rewind, make an adjustment, and, you know, dodge into it and then take damage, where originally I would have not taken damage. I would have dodged the mechanic normally. But it wasn't too bad to begin with. The unique thing here is that he added the mechanic where you actually have to use the phase dive to go around some rubble, and you can actually get a lot of free damage whenever you get a hit on him after that and he goes temporarily down. So this was actually, it was a great time. I enjoyed this boss fight. I'm gonna let the rest of this rock out. You guys enjoy.
take it.
Echo, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're gonna end him, right?
What?
Warwick almost killed you. I've seen what he does to Zahn in the future. We could stop all that pain right now.
I don't know. Even if that's true, I can't just kill him while he's down.
I know how you're feeling. Trust me. But think about how many hundreds of people this beast has already harmed. One death here, and thousands are gonna be saved.
I mean, there has to be another way to handle this. He may be dangerous, but I can't just... There's Echo! Get him!
We're getting out of here. Come on.
Whoa. Is he still alive?
Echo, hold up.
Hasn't it occurred to you that by coming back in time, you've already interfered with my present? That you're changing me and you? Just by being here? And maybe that's not such a bad thing. You changing?
What's that supposed to mean?
You wanted me to kill Warwick!
Look, I'm not the monster here.
You could have fooled me.
Listen to me. There are things that you will have to do to be the person Zahn needs you to be.
I don't know what happens in the future, but I never want to be you.
Echo, I'm not this evil version of you. I came from you. We're the same person.
We're not the same. I care about people. I care about Zahn.
This isn't... I don't think you're understanding me. I want to show you something. Come on.
With the defeat of Warwick, we've picked up a capacitor, which basically just increases the amount of gadgets that Echo can carry. But yeah, after that, we just go through a bunch of lore stuff for the rest of Chapter 3. Basically, the future Echo wanted you, the present Echo, to kill Warwick, because in the future, Warwick does a lot of harm. But you can end that all there, but Echo, being who he is, someone who's not really wanting to kill anyone, because he cares about the people, cares about Zahn, that's what he said, isn't up for that. So it kind of leads to a little bit of a dispute where future Echo then sends our present Echo into future Echo's future, or present. That's kind of confusing when you think about it. And from there, basically, Echo tries to reason with his parents of that time that are leaving Zahn because of the terrible conditions. He's trying to stop them from leaving, but he then realizes towards the end that you can't control people and you have to let people, make decisions for themselves, just because you have the power to go back in time and try to remake every situation to be as perfect as possible, or to get the outcome that you want to get, is maybe it's not always the best, right? So he eventually just learns to let his parents go, and then he comes back to the, I guess, present time where future Echo is waiting, and he tells him this. And from there, Echo basically goes off on his own for a little bit, just for, a little bit of time. He's going to eventually meet back up with future Echo, at least I think. But this whole section here kind of really dampened the mood for him. Kind of made him really sad.
Echo?
And I would show all of it, but if I did that, we'd be here for another, 20 minutes, and I didn't want to make the video too long. So, I'll leave it at that. But after that, Chapter 3 ends, and Chapter 4 begins, and that is where we will start off in the next video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this so far. I know it's a little bit of a different style than normal, with my audio issues and everything that I kind of couldn't control. Well, kind of could have, kind of couldn't. Because I usually do sound tests beforehand, but those came back perfectly. Then I started recording, and apparently that's where it messed up, so I don't know. I'll figure all that out. That's for me to figure out, and for you guys to hope that I figure out, so I don't have to do this. But if you guys enjoyed it, let me know. Honestly, I didn't mind doing it in this style. It was actually very fun. I enjoyed it. But that'll be all from me today, my friends, as I have a very busy weekend coming up, and I need to prepare for that. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Stay safe, I'm out.
Trying to control everyone around you isn't the way to do things. Hey, I don't want that future for Zahn either. But I think I need some time to think all this through.
Sure. That's a lot to think about.
Yeah, I just need some space. I'll see you soon.